Hi, today I am going to talk about the February movies and TV shows. And I don't have the covers to show. I was planning on getting the covers to show you guys, but I don't have them. I obviously have a bunch of movies in my collection, and they're just so hard to take out and stuff. Okay, so the first movie I watched in February is Groundhog's Day. This is obviously about a guy who has on Groundhog's Day, every day he kind of relives his day, and he has to change what happens to him. This movie is a really excellent movie. It's by it's it is the actor who plays the main character is Bill Murray, and Bill Murray has to relive Groundhog's Day and over in order to play the right scenario or do the right thing. And his character at first is kind of a selfish character, but at the end he ends up having feelings and happy. He ends up, you know, really having feelings and caring about people and stuff like that. And it's a really good movie. The second movie I watched was Sky High. This is about a boy who is born without superpowers. He doesn't have any superpower, and his parents is the most famous superheroes in the world, and he does not have any superpowers. So he goes to this high school without any superpower. He gains superpower throughout the movie, and he ends up, there's a lot of other scenes. I'm not going to tell you spoilers or anything other than that he does get superpowers. And so that's a really good movie. It's good for kids and adults and stuff alike. The third movie I watched was The Avengers, and I love this movie. This is obviously about Marvel characters in the Marvel world, in the comic book world, and brought to life on a big screen. Obviously, we have the Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man, and we have Green Arrow, I believe, and we have, what's her name? Not Black Canary, but the other girl. I forgot her name right now. But, yeah. So we have and Thor, and they all fight to kind of save the day and, fight this bad guy and stuff like that. So, and save the day. Number 4, the fourth movie I watched was Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and I watched during the Booktubeathon. I watched Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Really loved that. That's about, obviously, Harry Potter and how he kind of, he gets greeted one day by to go to Hogwarts, the school of witch and wizardry, and finds out that he's a witch, and his parents are witches and stuff like that. So it's a really, really good movie. Number 5, the fifth movie I saw was The Witches of Eastwick. And this movie I watched after I read the book The Witches of Eastwick. And this movie is with Cher. It's about 3 witches, basically, and they form a coven. They each have, like, abilities, like, Cher is a sculptor. You kind of see that in the beginning, whereas I forgot the names of the characters right now, but the other 2 characters one is like they each do kind of a form of art. So one is a musician and the other one's a painter. And so they each have this art that they create, and it's very, very interesting. Now this movie I did not like at all. The first half was really good, and I really liked the characters, and it resembled kind of how I pictured the book was, and it did resemble the first half. The second half was totally not part of it at all, because in the book, or in the movie, um, she, the character of Van Horn is just totally wrong. Like, he's right in that he's gross and nasty, and people don't really want to be with him, but they end up feeling compelled to be with him or to feel connected with him. But his character, almost like they build this mold and they start stabbing him, like doing stuff to him, like voodoo stuff, and then he kind of gets hurt, but then he turns into this devil and weird stuff happens. Like, there's one point that he's like huge, and then there's another point where he's like itty bitty, and you're like, what the heck happens? And then he explodes and he dies. And I'm like, that didn't happen in the book at all. So I don't suggest watching that one because it's a little weird. It's a weird movie. Number 6 is I watched was Bad Grandpa. I re-rented this from Redbox. And Drew does have a copy of this movie, and Bad Grandpa is about, basically it's about, it's kind of made by Jackass, the producers of Jackass, and basically it's about this guy who's a grandpa, and he does, like, he's dirty and he's not really very kept and stuff, and it's kind of a relationship with his grandson, and it's more of a storyline, and I liked it because it was more of a storyline rather than just doing stupid stuff. And then although they do stupid stuff, it's more of a storyline. You know, we have the girl, the mom, the son, the dad, and obviously the grandpa and the grandma, who obviously something happens to her in the beginning of the film. Okay, the 7th movie I watched was Wolverine, and this one was a really interesting movie too. This movie was about, obviously, the origins of Wolverine and how he got his bone claws, and stuff like that. And I really liked it because it took place in China and had really interesting dialect, and it kind of delved into just Wolverine's origin and stuff. Number 8, the 8th movie I saw was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, which I also watched during Booktubeathon, and this movie is about, obviously, Harry Potter and, you know, the Chambers of Secrets and stuff, and yeah, and I really liked this movie too. It was more of the, I liked the mystery compelling, and the diary, and how that was kind of a Horcrux, although we know all of this throughout the series, and I really liked rewatching that movie, and it was really, really good. Number 9, the 9th movie I watched was Despicable Me 2. This one was okay, and although I haven't watched the first Despicable Me, I didn't really like it that much. It was okay. It was not that great. Had a plot. It was very predictable. It's most likely for younger kids who don't can't tell what's gonna happen next and stuff. So, number 10, I watched was Castle in the Sky, and this one I watched for my Studio Ghibli movies, and I absolutely love Castle in the Sky. This movie is about a girl who is a princess of Laputa, and she falls down from the sky, and this boy named Patsu finds her, and it's about their adventure together, the journey to the Castle in the Sky, their experience in Castle in the Sky, and the downfall or destruction of Castle in the Sky. It's a really good fantasy novel. Movie. This movie has really good imagery. It does have, a lot of flying, or like aircraft, different types of aircraft, which I really find really interesting. And it's got high action. There's a lot of comedy in there. There's no real bad guy, although some people after maybe one person or one thing, and there is a lot of capturing, but the